I'm Tim Wilburn, and I'm playing Percussion 1 on John Cage's Third Construction. One of the instruments I play is a China cymbal and a woodblock, which substitutes a clave, and two rawhide maracas, and a log drum, and 5 tin cans, and 1 mixing bowl, all which were found at a local dining establishment. And next, a kashishi rattle, and 5 drums. Sorry, 3 drums. And yeah, that's my answer.
My name is Alex Harmon. I'm playing Percussion 2 on John Cage's Third Construction. My drums, I'm using conga drums. At the end, I forget what letter it is, but there's the open slaps on the 5-woods across the bar line, and we really like the sound we got from the slaps off of that. I'm doing 2 cowbells muted just on some foam, just to get the real fundamental of the tone so it doesn't wash out the rest of the ensemble. I'm using another Japanese clave, just like Tim is over there, but it's a bit lower than his, so we get a graduated effect as we go down the instruments. 2 pod rattles is my shaker. There's a little section at letter E where Tim and I shake together, and this gives us a really dry but accented passage together, and it blends really well.
Let's hear it.
So there's the pod rattles, and then 5 tin cans. One I have a slightly different, like, mixing bowl type can. When the conch shell comes in towards the end, we play in rhythmic unison together, and the balance that we can get with this, with the conch shell, they really complement each other really well. And lastly, we have the lion's roar, which is just an old floor tom with the dowel stuck through with a washer on the bottom, and then we just pull it, and then we wet the rag, which isn't wet right now, but it sounds like a lion roaring. So there's my setup. Third Construction.
All right, I'm Dave Hutter, and I'm playing Percussion 3 on John Cage's Third Construction. I'm going to take you through some of my instruments. From right to left, I start off for what he calls for cricket callers, and instead I substitute that as devil chasers for high and low. And it keeps a nice sustained sound between that. At the end, I play the conch shell that I got while I was in Key West. It really, I tried a lot of them, and this one had the largest, deepest sound, which travels great in this big hall.
Could you hear it?
Oh, sure. I also have, it calls for tambourine, and instead we are using tambourine jingles to shake. Nice antique sound without the head. I also have a cuillada, or a jawbone. Some people use a vibroslap for this. We stuck to go with the jawbone because we really like that authentic sound. Moving along, everyone has some sort of tom. I'm using Chinese toms. It has a good edge and center sound. For clave, I'm also using the wood block. I have the 3rd lowest wood block, being player 3. And I'm sorry, let me go back to the toms. It calls for the cricket collars on the toms, and instead I'm using a bam, which is just a split bamboo. Gives kind of a combined effect, a synthesis of the 2 sounds, which is pretty neat. And then lastly, I have the tin cans. And I just got these from the local food service. And that's my setup for John Cage's Third Construction.
I am player 4 on the construction. Because I'm player 4, I'm using these larger toms. We kind of did a graduated thing, and me being 4, I'm playing the lowest toms. To get the 2 different sounds that John Cage wanted from these drums, as far as from the center and from the edge, we put these bass drum things you would put on a kick drum, kind of dampen the middle of it, so get a little bit better of a contrast. Move to my cans. They're steam pots, you know, and we get them at a kitchen, at a diner. So really nice because they have a lot of overtones and very unique sound. I play some shakers. These are very articulate. You see they're small wooden shakers, and for the passages where you have to hear the different eighth note patterns, they're very articulate and they're effective at that. We have a ratchet here. It's Jim Campbell's signature ratchet. We can get lesser volumes by doing that, or passages where I have to whirl it around. Capable of doing that as well. Like everyone else, for the claves, I have a wood block here, and the shaker, we went through a lot of different cans, finally arrived at a sake can here. Easy to get a lower level consistent sound with that. On the same, along the same lines of that sake, we have nice Crown Royal bags here to help me mute these shakers. Maracas over there, at a certain passage. And probably the best instrument I get to play here is the larger lion's roar. Kept the back head on here on the smaller bass drum. Put basically a large shafted mallet through the drum, and I get to do that for 3 measures plus sometimes. So have to have a lot of surface to be able to do that on, and it works really well.